It's accepted by most in the dog training community that come when called is the most important command that there is. I disagree with that slightly. I think it's probably the second most important command. The most important command is stay, because if they stayed in the first place, come when called wouldn't quite be as important in most cases. That being said, both commands are extremely important. Today's video is going to focus on teaching the stay command to your dog for duration only. Stay can be pretty much broken up into two categories. You've got stay for duration, and then you have stay with distance. But you've got to master having your dog stay for a certain amount of time before you begin to walk away from the dog. Now, I know from experience in teaching classes that no matter how much I emphasize that, people are still going to walk away from their dog while attempting to train stay in the initial phases. So for those of you that are going to do that, make sure that you have your dog in a very controlled environment, either on a leash or in a fenced area of some kind. However, unless your dog is solid on stay with duration, I highly recommend that you do not attempt to train stay with distance at this point. Today I'm going to teach you how to train stay with the clicker. Remember, the clicker means, good dog, I like what you did, you win a prize. You want to make sure that you use a great reward for your dog, whatever that reward might be. With most dogs, real meat is going to be the best reward that you can use. If you don't know how to use a clicker, if you're watching me for the first time, make sure that you check the description for the clicker video. I'm actually going to use food today with the clicker. You know, I normally use a Frisbee with the dogs, but since so many people have dogs that are not as motivated by the Frisbee as mine are, I'm going to actually use food. Now, again, remember the treats need to be small. Again, I'm using hot dogs over here. We're going to use Supernova for stay. Come here, Nova. Come around. Okay, good boy. Over here. First, your dog will need to know the sit command. I'm going to assume that your dog does know that. I know. Come here, buddy. Sit. Good. I think it's very important to be very low to the ground and right at your dog's level, eye to eye with them. Very good. Stay. Very good. Stay. I'm going to wait a little bit longer this time since he's doing very good with it. Good. Alright, now since he knows stay already pretty good, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it a little difficult for him. I'm going to trick him a little bit because I want to show you how to correct a broken stay here. When you correct a broken stay, it's very, very important to let the dog know that you mean business. Remember, this is a potentially life-saving command. If your dog breaks stay to chase a cat and runs into the road, that can be a very dangerous situation. So when you correct that broken stay, your mindset has got to be, I'm not going to tolerate that. We are not going to negotiate on this one. Remember, you're not training a trick here. When training a trick, you're going to have a different attitude. But this is one of those required commands that all dogs need to know. So you do need to be a bit more authoritative when training this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the hot dog and try and trick him to go after it, but I'm going to correct the broken stay. So it looks like this. Stay. Now again, I caught him right here at the chest, one hand at his butt over here, and I let him know, look, you know, if I tell you stay, I mean it. Let me demonstrate that one more time. All right, back here. Boy. Stay. Notice the hand signal. I'm right in his face. Stay. Very good. And remember, every time you say or no, you've got to follow that up with a corrective action. In this case, the corrective action is putting your hands on the dog, one at their chest, one at their rear, and kind of giving them a bear hug. But you've got to be quick on this. If you're not that quick, then you need to make sure you have them on a leash. I find the best way to correct it is by, giving them that quick corrective action, by putting your hands on them like that. Again, not in an aggressive way, but just in a way to let them know, no, you can't do that. You can't let them get 3 steps ahead of you before you decide to correct it, assume that they're going to break stay when training this, and be ready to correct it immediately, instantaneously. Stay. Notice how he looks at me for permission there. That's exactly what you want. Very good. Stay. Good. Excellent job. Okay, you're free. Now, in some circumstances, probably I would say about 5% of circumstances in my experience, simply, giving them that bear hug or, getting on them like I'm explaining to do here doesn't work. It usually does, but occasionally it does not work. And your next step, remember, if what you're doing, if the corrective action that you're taking is not working on your dog, you have to go up to the next level. This would be the next level of correction with your dog. You get face to face with them, eye to eye with them, let them know you really mean business there, and you do that like this. All right, buddy. I mean it. Don't you break stay. You understand? This is the equivalent of getting the 5-year-old child by the shoulders. If they were to run off from you or run towards a busy road, what would you do? You would get them by the shoulders and you'd say, listen, you really can't do that. You're not allowed to run into the street. You understand me? You're not hurting your dog. You're just letting them know this is business. Pay attention. This could save your life. So I hope that makes sense. It's an important one. It really is. This is probably the most important dog training video I've ever made. Okay guys, see you in the next video.